potential coronavirus vaccine with CSL has been abandoned after trial participants returned false positive HIV test results.
So what?
This is one of 4 vaccines which the Morrison government had entered into a deal with and is a blow to Australia's potential for the vaccine options. Let's go live to Canberra now for some reaction with Tom Connell. Tom, good morning to you. It's a significant development.
It is. So this is reported this morning from Rob Harris in Nine newspapers. This deal has been abruptly terminated. The timeline was this. On Monday, CSL working with UQ found this issue. They informed the government. By Thursday, National Cabinet had abandoned the use of the vaccine. There were 200 trial participants in this vaccine. Several of them have returned false positives. That's important to stress, false positives for HIV.
Get in that fucking queue, people. Get in that queue. It gets better. Listen carefully to what he says. Was in it.
And sources, according to this story, are saying these people are not actually at risk. So how has this happened? Well, this vaccine actually uses a small component derived from HIV. So it's able to, it's used in the...
Did you hear that? A small component is used.
vaccine. It's not able to infect people nor replicate in the body what it...
So they say. But there's always that but.
Is able to do is start a response within the body that can actually interfere the screening process. And so that means return a false positive. We don't know how long a false positive, so this was always warned about. So no risk, and it was always a possibility. Why this decision? Well, this appears to be out of an abundance of caution. We know the importance of having confidence in vaccines. We know the risk of misinformation in these campaigns.
Oh, we
and it
sure
appears
do.
for that reason, we'll hear more from the government, of course, later on today, but it appears for that reason it has been scrapped completely. So it's about public confidence in other vaccines. This decision, of course, would have been influenced by. This decision was, well, perhaps hinted at yesterday afternoon by the Prime Minister Scott Morrison in a radio interview.
Just getting updates all the time on this. You know, we have got 4 that we've been working on, and we always knew not all of those would.
People don't believe him. Don't believe him. This is just another ploy to say, oh, look, this is how careful we're being. So we're not going to go with that one. But this one here is safe. Don't believe them. They will use every fucking tactic, sly tactic known in the book to get people to actually take this.
Necessarily get there, and so we'll just follow the medical advice on all of that.
So we always knew not all of those would necessarily be successful. The government paid $4.5 million out of a fund up front, but the $1 billion price tag given to this did not have to be paid until a green light had been given to authorities. So it's not going to severely hit the coffers. Where does it leave Australia in terms of vaccine options then? Because we do have...
Oh, look, I like that. I like that. Look, Australia is what? Practically nobody has fucking got anything. But, hey, let's make a mask out of the Aussie flag. Very patriotic. But anyway, let's keep going.
Other vaccine options, of course. Well, the government is already, according to these reports, swiftly moving to try to shore up supply of other vaccines. The remaining options, Pfizer with 10 million doses. That's the quite difficult one to get because of the cold.
Hang on, let me move that over so that you can see it. See, CSL was the trial that was cancelled. Pfizer has already been approved, apparently, in the US, from what I've read. And AstraZeneca as well. HIV, a tad bit of HIV is in there. Oh, I'm going to start calling everybody COVIDites. You know, I always give credit, you know, to the people that came up with useless eaters and useful idiots and parasites and terrorists for all of us. Now I'm going to that which I invented. Now we're COVIDites. Okay, COVIDites.
Storage, Novavax 40 million, AstraZeneca 33.8 million, and AstraZeneca has been specifically mentioned there as one vaccine the government will try to source more of to make sure there's not a shortfall of this. So CSL and UQ, of course, are going to continue to work on this. So it's not necessarily a game over for them, it would appear to on this particular project at least. They'll provide later on a market update as well, Pete. But look, significant news. The vaccine abandoned, but this is all about confidence in the vaccine in Australia. We know how important that is.
Of course it is, like I said. They're basically going, they're trying to tell you, look, you know, we're keeping an eye on this. This one's no good. This one's good. We're keeping a stringent eye on this, and it's all for your safety. Did they bother saying when they started making this vaccine, this CSL or whoever it was, that there was a tad bit of fucking HIV in there? But it's all for your safety. Don't you ever fucking forget that, COVIDites. All for your safety.
Is for people to have confidence to actually take the vaccine and all the benefits that would flow to our economy.
Yeah.
Bite
All right,
me.
Tom, appreciate that. Thanks for bringing us up.